Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be part of this first episode of our of advocating for your family in order to support family being able to stand and speak over your family. So if you're joining, we would like to know where you're joining from, what part of the world you're joining from, and then we want to welcome you on this first episode of Directed Distractor. But this time around, we are saying we are advocating for each and every family home, standing and speaking over them, speaking God's word over them, encouraging them in the word of God to keep up the love life, the relationship life. I mean, bonding together and then enjoying the purpose, the reason why God created every family. Now we have our special guest, whom we're honored to have them be part of this first episode. We've known them quite a number of years now, and then we've learned a lot from them. They've been amazing family, imparting and doing great work within the community, not just within the community, a church. I mean, it speaks. It speaks when you meet them, and I mean, you definitely can tell that this is a life worth emulating. Yeah, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just for people that are watching us, we want to say thank you once again for joining, and we want to wish you a happy new year. I know you might be saying, oh, happy new year by this time, yeah, but this is going to be the first program we'll be having this year, the third season, and we're so honored and happy and blessed to have this amazing our guest today, the Pastor and Mrs. Oyediran, that will be the first people to kind of lecture us, from their wealth of experiences about family. How can we build a happy and secured family? They're going to be sharing, some tips and ideas. If you think maybe you have a perfect family, I don't know about that. We are all learning every day, right? We're all learning. I'm sure there will be some things you're going to pick up from them today. There'll be some things that, oh yeah, that is new to me, right? Yeah, so just pick up, grab your pen, your book, and be ready to learn. We learn every day, okay? We're not bigger than learning, right? So take your pen,
and get ready
to
take some notes down.
Some tips.
Yeah. Okay. Now, some people would like to meet you. Those who are joining all over, and those who will be coming to watch this aftermath of this live. They would like to meet with you. Please, could you let them meet you, please? Yeah. Over to you, Daddy and Mommy. Yeah.
Maybe you should start then.
Okay, my name is Bola and I got married to my husband in 1996. That's like 26 years ago. And still counting.
Amen.
And the Lord blessed the married girls.
Wow, beautiful.
Beautiful girls. Well-behaved children, well-mannered children. I can tell you that. And I know it's not so easy, to kind of raise up, wonderful and amazing kids like that. So maybe those are the tips we're going to learn today.
Yeah.
How we can.
Yeah. Talking about that, I would like to start off this by asking this question, though. What is the most important thing in a family? What is the most important thing in a family? From your experience and then from relating with people within the community that you've learned for us to learn from.
Well, for me, I would say love. Love. I'm not talking about love between husband and wife now, but the love that's kind of for both the husband and the children, like the love in the family, because it is actually the love that will make you overlook a lot of things. And that will, it is the love that propels you and that even help you to, for example, in case of the kids, the basis is that you love them. And so when they are even going out of their way, it is you correct them in that love. So if the foundation is love, and if you permit me, I will also add trust, you know, because if you love like your kids and you trust them, like even though as little as they may be, if they know that their parents trust them, there are some things that they won't do because they won't want to disappoint you.
Wow.
So I would say love and trust.
Love.
Yeah, it's very important in
Love and trust. Is there any, can we even do without, love in a relationship?
Yeah, and I think she made a great point here. When your children know that you trust them, they won't do what, of course, they won't go outside of, what you've taught them, like, don't do that, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a very big
agree
thing
with
in this age and time. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're just joining us, or maybe you'll be watching later. What is that thing you think, maybe in your family, right? Like she said, that would be the basic, that would be the foundation. Love will be the foundation, which, the most important thing, right? But maybe in your family, right, aside from love, aside from trust, maybe there are some other things you think, oh yeah, this is the most important thing. Yeah, maybe some people, it might be maybe cooking together. Some people, it might be maybe they want to camp and all that stuff. But love should be the foundation, should be the most important thing.
Love and trust.
Love and trust. That is what she said. And I think I absolutely agree with that.
Again, if you're joining us, wherever you're joining us from, please let us know. Send your message, send your question in. We have just 30 minutes to run through this, and then we will appreciate to meet with you, DM us, and let us connect, and let's know how we can learn together. Now, over another question that I would like to ask you is, how do you build a strong relationship within a family? Building a strong relationship within a family. Yeah.
This question is well, I think not thinking now. I want to say that communication is very key. I mean, we want to build every relationship revolves on communication. There is the place of sending the message, and there's also the place of receiving the message, and also there is the place of feedback. Feedback is what sustains communication, what ensures continuity. So to bring a strong family, communication is very key, and could be in various forms. Even giving also is part of communication, because loving is giving. So, and also talking together, bonding together, doing things together, parents and children, all these revolves around communication. So communication is very key in building a strong family relationship.
Thank you. Communication is very, very, very important. How can we even live together, without us communicating, right? And also one thing that I know also is, when we are communicating, we shouldn't be the one that will be doing the talking all the time. We should always learn to listen to. Be active listener. The listening part too is so important, right? If we all want to talk at the same time, your children, or maybe your children, they did something wrong and you want to correct them, and you don't want to listen to them. You just want to do all the talking. We should learn how to be active listening. It's so important, right? Like Daddy, I said, communication is key. It's key. And also, one thing that I also want to talk about, he said communication. What about when we receive a feedback as a family, right? Daddy, maybe, like not really a bad criticism. I don't know what English to use now, right? Like maybe a feedback. Do you really are you really willing to hear a feedback, not only positive one right now, maybe in some other ways that, you know, maybe your spouse or your children think, yeah, mommy, you can improve on this. Are we really being honest? Like, okay, I want a feedback, right? But if they give you a negative one, something that you can improve on, are we always willing to kind of say, oh yeah, I think I'm going to, you know, accept this with love. You want me to grow. That is why you're telling me that, you know, you can do this better. So it's also part of communication, like Daddy said. It's so important in building a relationship.
Yeah. Did you ask that question now?
I don't know, maybe it's a question, right?
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, maybe Daddy can just kind of, you know, help us kind of share a little bit light on that. Like, you know, like someone is you want a feedback on something you're doing, maybe as a spouse or in the way you're running your home or something like that. If we receive like a feedback,
how do we take it?
How do we take it? Yes, thank you. How do we take it? Do we accept it with love and say, oh yeah, this person is giving me this feedback because they want me to grow or because they want me to do better?
Or negative. Okay.
Or either positive or negative. It doesn't have to be positive all the time. It could be negative too. So how do we take, you know, negative feedback?
Absolutely. Okay. All right, Daddy.
Yeah. Like you have said, feedback doesn't necessarily have to be positive, because from feedback, you know how the person has received the message, processed it, and now come out with a product that will help you to either refine your message next time or improve on your message, or just see that, okay, well, it could be not just the message, it could be the mode of sending the message. That is the channel now. So by the time we get the feedback, you'll be able to weigh it and to be able to fine-tune your mode of communication. Because all of us are projects in progress. Nobody is right there, because the moment you feel you're already right there, you're already declining. Diminishing returns very in. So from the feedback, you learn about your partner, you learn also about yourself.
The learning stage, yeah.
And about the communication environment. For instance, something you will say inside the room and your partner would take it personal or seriously. If you say such a thing in the public, that would bring forth a negative feedback. Just giving an example. So feedback helps us to know each other better and to know ourselves better and to refine or fine-tune our mode of communication.
Thank you so much. So be ready to receive either positive or no. We can always receive positive feedback, but the negative one, how do we take it? How do we accept it?
Yeah, great. Yeah, so if you're joining us now and then you'll be watching this later, we are talking about a broader subject, advocating for your family. And then what does advocating means? You know, advocating is a legal term, right? Used in a court, but in the scripture, Christ made us to understand we have an advocate, the Holy Spirit. But meanwhile, also as individual, we can stand in on behalf of our family and in building happiness, building love, building a foundation for a longevity in marriage is also to advocate for your family, which we are learning from a wonderful couple, daddy and mommy, that have been married for a huge number of years, for decades now. I mean, with proofs and then proven result. Okay, yeah. So if you're joining us, thank you for joining. We'd like to know where you're joining from. We're learning at Elders Fit.
Yes, we are learning. You know, Daddy said if you think you're there, then maybe you want to stop growing. We're all not there yet. We keep learning every day. Yeah. So the next question is gonna be, what are the benefits of we having a close-knit family?
Mommy.
It's if we like okay, let me say if our family is closely knitted together, then that family is going to be an healthy family. It's going to it's not going to be a sick one, you know, because in that kind of family that is knitted together, the parents, that means there is a strong bond between the parents and the kids. So if, like, say, let me say, for example, one member of the family is in their need, they are all there to support. So in a closely knitted family, it is a kind of healthy family where every member of the family gets enough support and love, and they keep growing. And you know, if they know if anything is happening out there, somewhere to go, like in his own camp, or even when issues are happening outside, they won't be able to bring it to the family. If one of the kids is having a problem outside, because he or she knows that it's not going to get enough support, he or she would rather go to friends outside, or keep bottling it up until it leads to maybe depression or another kind of problem. So when our family is knitted together, we are healthy and we keep growing, and there's a kind of support, and the love keep building too. So having a knitted family is very important, because it helps every member of the family to grow, and we find the support that we need, and we are all healthy together.
Thank you.
A quick question to that. In this part of the world that we are, how will this apply? I know you've been here for a huge number of years, and then we let somebody learn, somebody that is just coming in, that, you know, their family are far away, like takes 2 days to get back home. So how would you advise, or how would you encourage that person applying this close knitted, I mean, with families?
Okay. You ask the next question.
Yeah. Okay, is that the next question?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. Like the next question.
Okay.
That's okay. But then you see, the building a family is a conscious effort. So, when the family is established through holy wedlock, maybe in the church or in the court or wherever, or traditional, then the family building starts there. So when the children are arriving and they are growing, they grow into that build-up. So the love sharing, the caring, looking after one another are all parts of the build-up. For instance, if a child is not used to a close-knit family, wherever he or she is born, and that family and that person or child has to travel far away from the parent, then the bonding does not come automatically. If it were not there before, to make it happen would take a miracle. But if a child had grown up in a loving environment, loving parents, loving siblings, and they have always been doing things together, when that kind of child goes away from home, the distance will still be there, but then through the technology that we have now, distance is no barrier.
Yeah.
I know of children who, on waking up in the morning, the first thing they would do is to call their parents. The last thing they would do is to call their parents before going to bed. It's because the foundation had been laid, and it has been laid strongly. If that rapport had not been there, when they are geographically speaking, miles or kilometers far away, then it will not happen. That's why you see some children forgetting home, now entering into some kind of relationships without guidance, without support. So bonding or staying together starts from the onset. It's not what we build halfway or when the children are already grown up. Thank you, sir.
From the
I just want to add,
okay, ma.
You're talking also about this part of the world, like when we're back home, it's a lot easier for us. Maybe when we are going for a wedding ceremony, we just pack all our children, we all go together. We are going for vacation, we take them together, Most of us back home, we don't really leave our kids with, maybe with neighbor. There's this consciousness, we do it. And right here too, because this part of the world, especially for people that maybe they have little kids, for me and my husband, our children are a little bit grown. Before we got here, the last one was about 10 years. So maybe going to work, both of us at the same time, it wasn't that strenuous for us, so we don't really have too much to think about. But when we think about people that are just starting and they have kids, like my husband said, we have to make conscious effort. If we don't do that, because we need to make money or we need to make ends meet, and I know it's because of these kids too. We want to make sure they have good life. We want to make sure, because many of us that have traveled there, if you ask us, we are coming here. If we don't have children, I think we can survive in Nigeria with whatever salary we are earning. By the time we begin to have 1, 2, 3, we think about them and we say, no, for all of us to have good life, we have to come here. So we kind of put them first when we think about a good future for them. But we have to think about, even when they have good education and everything, what about their morals? What about those things that we need to build up together so that they become good adults, like the one that we can be proud of in future. So we have to kind of make efforts to be knitted. Maybe whatever we are doing, we have to consider every unit of the family and make sure that we all go together and do what we kind of benefit each person and make sure that we are staying together, even though we may be far apart, like you said.
And there's something more. Advice to young families, maybe you just got married, the children are just coming. Please do not mortgage their life, their growth, and their future by running skelter for money. There is time for everything. When your family is young, it's not the time to be leaving them in the care of the daycare or in the care of neighbors and be running after money. By the grace of God, I think now, if my wife and I want to run after money now, although that's not our focus on life, running after money is not our focus, because we want to serve God, we want to serve humanity, we want to be a blessing to the community too. But then by the time the children are grown, like 18, 20, then you have all the time in this life to run after money. But then if you I've seen parents abandoning their children in the daycare till 5 p.m. At times they will be calling them. Husband will go one way, the wife will go one way. You need to sit down on the round table, decide who will run the morning shift with the children, who will run the afternoon shift with the children. Don't leave these children alone. And to men, don't say because you are running around looking for money to fend for the family, you will leave the children. In most cases, like 80, 90% of children love their mother more than their father. They give gifts to their mother more than their father, because it's the mother that
Don't interrupt. Let Daddy speak, please. No, because I'm enjoying what Daddy is saying.
Because mommy and I, we agree. That's why she's kind of smiling.
Yes, now. Do everything for them.
I was in the men's forum and I was asking them, when the teachers send you notes that that they need the parent in the school, who goes? When there's doctor's appointment for the children to attend, who goes with them? When it is time for shopping, who goes for them? When they need something to buy for school, or they need materials to wear, or they need something for any special program, who takes them around shopping, or who takes them to the park? Who pushes them on the swing? So if you have not been doing that and you are leaving all this to the mom, then in your old age, when the mom is getting more benefits than you, then thank you and God bless.
That is a big one. A big one.
So when the mom is getting all the benefits.
Because we are learning from experience, because when the children were coming to Nigeria, I was too busy with my official duties, traveling all around. Then after that, I got an international appointment, and then from there, they were not there with me. They were only coming on holidays, and I was going to Nigeria maybe once in 6 months or so, and then we moved here. The distance was so far apart, and then we are still working on it, but it's not the same thing. So now I wish I had the time to take them out, walk around with them, push them on the swing, go to the park, sit down, eat donut together, eat whatever together, drink popsicle or whatever together, but then the time is no longer there. So it's a lesson we are learning. My wife is better off. We are still struggling now, one or two of the children now, if I don't ask about them, they don't even ask about me. They don't say, Daddy, we have not seen you. Even if you go for 1 week, they don't say, Daddy, we are missing you. They don't say anything to miss. So except when we get to the family altar, then I can say, oh, how are you doing? Although when they need school fees or anything, they know how they send their text, how they call. Then apart from that, yeah. So we are working on it. It's not terribly bad, but it could be worse in other families, especially families that where the children and the parents don't go to church together, where they don't have some kind of they don't have some kind of meeting hosting together, or people coming to visit them, where people can really socialize with them. So I'm just trying to let people know that, well, it is happening, and we need to work on it as children of God. God bless you.
Thank you.
Wow.
For your honest, advice, and telling us from your own experience what you did and what you kind of felt like, oh yeah, you could have done it better, right? Yeah, and when you were talking about we parents, young family, not trying to mortgage the life of their kids, and you said something about taking the kids to daycare by 5 p.m. and that one struck me. I'm like, seriously, can't we leave our kids, at daycare till like maybe 5 p.m.? So do you think maybe that is wrong? Like, maybe, do you think the mom or one of the parents will have to kind of stay at home and not work at all? Right?
No, I don't think that's what he's trying to say. Even some parents, when they leave the kids, of course, if, like, we all know that in Canada, there is an age that they won't take your kids in the daycare. So you can only take them to daycare when they are ripe enough for daycare. So when you take them to daycare, somebody must be there to pick them up when they're supposed to be picked up.
Basically, what I was saying was that we should bond with the children from the onset.
From the onset.
From the onset. And we should not, because we have to pay bills. No, you can, I mean, a kind of counsel yourself not to go into bills that will draw into spending the time you ought to spend for your children, looking for money to pay bills. They are not the same thing. The bills cannot replace your children, and your children are your future, not the bills. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of, clarify that, because some people might be like, oh yeah, so can't I keep my kids at the daycare till 5 p.m.?
It's okay. Go pick them up at 5 p.m.
At 5, whenever they're closed.
Don't go drop them somewhere so that you can go and pick another shift. Spend time with them.
Is that spending time?
I understand now.
Yeah.
When you pick them up, that is not saying do not work till 5 p.m. The regular working hour is 8 to 4.
Spend time.
So when you pick them up, spend time with them.
Spend time.
Don't say, okay, like he said, I'm dropping them with my friend and I'm picking up another shift. No, that is what it's saying. That
take them off, stop over at McDonald's, Happy Meal, if possible, buy fufu.
Wow. I wish we can go on, but this you just threw at us is like the biggest.
It is
the biggest thing, and then a problem solver. Like it has opened our eyes to so many things. I love the part that so that when you grow up, when you become elder, and you both eat the labor of your, it won't be one-sided. It all started from the timing, the time part, the time, spend time. Now, if you're just joining us, wherever part of the world you're joining us from, my name is Sam. With me here is Kemi Oyediran. We are on a broader subject that talks about advocating for your family. Advocating for your family. And there are some tips and ideas that you can use to advocate for your family. Not necessarily have to go being judging them or criticizing or all of that. There are some tips and ideas you can use to advocate. Like this last point here is a big mind blower. Like you spending time with your family is a great deal to advocating for your family, so that when you grow up, at your old age, the kids won't just go and keep you in one elderly home and they are enjoying their own life, right? Yeah, it's a big, and earlier you advocate for your family, the time you're spending with them is a big deal while they are still young. Thank you, Daddy, for sharing that. And thank you, Mommy, for being honest with us, like us as well. We're learning, and we are opportune to learn this as well from you. And if you're just coming into Canada, or you're a new immigrant, or you're a younger family like us, I want to encourage you to please learn from those who have gone ahead, those who have lived together successfully with great, integrity, with honestly, with honesty, raising kids within this part of the world. Learn from their wealth of knowledge. Learn from their wealth of knowledge, which is what we are doing now.
Yes. Yeah. At the time. Yeah. But I think I'm just gonna
we have a last time. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah, but
we're gonna call it off now. Here.
Yeah, but I think my last question to you is gonna be like, some people, they have regretted not spending time with their kids, right? Do you think there is still an amendment? Do you think there are some things they can do to make it better? Is there any advice you can give to them? Is it too late for them to start bonding?
Of course. The Bible says, with God, nothing shall be impossible. We just need to sit down. The husband and the wife will need to sit down and then identify where the thing is is not working. Because it's a choice. You have to make the choice that really this gap, this vacuum, we want to fill it. and which are the ways. There's no problem that doesn't have solution.
Mm-hmm.
Solution may be near, and it may be remote. But even if it's remote, the best way to fast forward it is on the dialogue table.
Mm.
What exactly, even with husband and wives, when things are not working the way they should be, people should be able to swallow their pride, come around the table and say, okay, come, let us, even God said, come, let us reason together. What actually is the problem? So now, bonding starts from, understanding. Now we are far away. These children are far away. You may be living in the same house and you are still far away anyways. Everybody just goes out, comes in, does their things. They go into the kitchen. If there's food there, they eat. If they don't have food there, they order food, that kind of thing. But then when we're talking about spending time together, because when the children are grown, maybe they are already in the university, they have assignments, they have presentations, they have exams, they have tests, they have registration, they have some might even be having what do you call that thing that you do now? Practicum. Is it practicum? Yeah. Clinicals or whatever. The house scattered. And that's why if the children have not been praying, if they have not been praying together with children when they are young, when they are in kindergarten, elementary, high school, the university time is even worse. In the house now, we used to do every day prayer meeting in the morning. Now it went into Saturday and Sunday. Now it's just Sunday morning. And that Sunday morning is still a struggle for some of them because they feel that, well, after all, we still go to church. Why do we need to come to family altar before going to church? So what I'm saying really is this. We need to know their time. Now, what we do now, when we want to have a family togetherness now is to ask everybody. We are thinking of this. I think last year we went somewhere. Was it last year or the year before? We went outside Winnipeg, in fact, beyond Brandon. And then we let them know before time that this social weekend, Friday, Saturday, we'll be going out of the city just to have some family time and everything. And then everybody agreed. But guess what? Now they had young adult program. Wow. That was now scheduled later to clash with our family, with that weekend. And you know what? The children are so grown in that fellowship that they will say, okay, they will not want to trade that program for the family weekend because they're already building their own lives, right? So what they did was that we went ahead of them. They came to join. I think they went ahead, right?
They went ahead before us.
They went ahead while we were still preparing. They went ahead, they enjoyed themselves. Then we met, then we spent like a night together. And the evening, the night, and the morning breakfast and everything. Then by 1 o'clock, they said, okay, we had a program in church. So they drove themselves back, 3 of them. They left me and my wife there. So we came back. Was it that later or the second morning?
I think the
second day. So that's how it is. We will still bond. Now, I mean, now this year we are trying to do something of that nature again, but we need to give them time because if it's clashing with their school, those who are working, if it's clashing with their working because they start to work early here. In our own time, when we were in school, until you finish, your parents will still be sending you money, buying things for you. But here, they want to earn their own money. They want to buy their own things. They want to bother you less. So we just need some kind of understanding, which love will help us to be able to do. What are their interests? What are the things they really love to do? And you give them responsibilities. Go and plan it. Okay? Plan it, schedule everybody, tell me my own role, let them be responsible, and you will all enjoy it together. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yeah, so go ahead, mommy.
Okay, I will just add a bit because we're talking about, okay, if there is, if maybe the children are far apart already, can't we mend it? Is it too late? It's never too, I would say it's never too late. But I just want to, because we are all African parents, this is why I'm going to say this. As African parents, I've had people say, this is the way I was brought up by my parents. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Let us be realistic. Let us tell ourselves the truth. The way you were raised in Nigeria, you cannot raise your kids like that here. That is one thing that we need to know. Then I will take us back to communication. Communication, if we are really far apart, then we need to communicate. We need to talk about it. Then another thing I will mention is let them have choices. You know, in this country, kids we keep asking you, especially Sister Kemi and Brother Sam, you will agree with me, they will say why.
Oh God. They can ask me why 100 times.
100 times. I have that problem with my last kid because she came early, like 10 years. So she had, up till now, she will still ask me why. She's 19, she will still ask me why. So when you tell them you must, they don't understand. I don't know if you are really, if you really understand, come to town with that. There was a time I was asking my last girl to pay tithes. I will just give you an example. I was asking her to pay tithe of the job she did and she got the money. She was like, oh, tithes? Why? And then I told her the reason why she needs to pay tithe and this, and I said, well, it's your choice. And why she must save too. Then I told her to save. And I said, well, it's your choice. Go and think about it. I was sure when she came back to me and said, Mommy, I'm going to save. Because I gave her that choice, that it's your choice. Just go and think about it and come back. I wasn't saying this is the way my parents taught me and I'm using it. And we have that problem as African parents. I don't know if you have sat yourself down and think about that. I don't want to say especially men or women, but I've seen it in female, I've seen it in male. It's not about, because sometimes we point fingers to our husbands only. I've seen some female too saying, my parents, this is the way they raised me, So we need to be very careful, so that we don't push them to evil friends outside. Because they don't stay like 100% with us. They go to school, they go to mall with their friends. By the time they are like 13, they will start seeking permission to go to mall. When they bond with their friends, they hear a lot of things. So, and when we bond with them, that's when they will be able to tell us what is bothering them, and we'll be able to advise them. God will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I think
Dr. Kunle has a question, which will be the last wrap here. Well, yeah, Dr. Kunle, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a question. It's just to acknowledge the blessings I've received on the platform. Today. It's been wonderful. Daddy and Mommy, thank you so much. These are people I respect so much, and the nuggets you've shared today, they're wonderful. There's something I respect about Daddy. He's very plain. It's rare to have a pastor like this. Mommy, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. I appreciate it both. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think there's another hand.
Okay, there's another hand here. Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah. Okay, no.
He was the only one.
No, it's my cousin.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Out of your busy schedule. Yeah.
We said 30 minutes.
30 minutes out of your busy schedule, you still find time to accommodate us, because I know after now, Mommy has another appointment, Daddy has another appointment. I'm like, Thank you so much for honoring this. And we did not exhaust even the half of the question that we have prepared and planned. This is just coming natural, and then you are just unleashing all of this. So we really appreciate you so much.
Thank you
and I
so
do,
much,
I do want to,
Anna.
yeah, I will appreciate that if we call on you next time so that we can exhaust all of this.
Yeah,
I know you are very busy.
absolutely. We just need to have enough notice and
Absolutely.
look at mommy's schedule.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, the Lord will help all of us.
Amen.
We are already, have learned one or two things today also. So it's not like I wanted to correct. It's not somebody teaching or lecturing somebody. No, it's just a conversation. No. Even as we are talking, we are also thinking of probably things, because it's also an opportunity for us also to look inwardly into our lives. Now they are asking me to come and talk to the public. Is everything okay with me? Am I 100%? Am I at the perfection stage? No. So which are the little things that I too need to do to make my life better, to make my wife better, and to make the family and humanity in general better to the glory of God? That's it.
Wow.
Thank you so much, sir and Ma. We appreciate you once again. And for everybody on the platform, we want to say thank you for joining us today. And we hope you've learned something, right? We hope you have learned something, like Daddy rightly said before, that we are all learning. We're all learning. So if you think you have a perfect home, or you think, I think I'm okay. No, you want to listen to this. You want to listen to everything they have said, right? Maybe there's something, you might think, yeah, I think I'm still struggling at this particular area. You want to learn from this. Thank you so much for joining. And for everybody that will still be watching later, you can just still comment. If you need more advice, you can put a comment. You can always contact us. Or if you want, Daddy and Mommy's contact, we can always, share their contact with you if you want more training or advice.
Yeah.
Not training.
Come and learn, right?
Come and learn. We are all learning. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Auntie Mercy. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, everybody that was part of this. I can see all the names here. Thank you so much. We really look forward connecting with you again on this platform, Director Distractor. Remember, it is time to begin to advocate for your family, wherever part of the world you're in. The system is broken. I mean, day by day, it will keep increasing. But the only way we can grow and be impactful in our community is to begin to advocate for our family, learn from those that have gone. Let's talk about, begin to speak out and ask question, not why, but ask reasonable question. All right. Thank you very much.
And something that you can also do for us is just click on the share button.
Yeah,
we always say that there's so many new families out there,
that are just coming in, young families, and going through a lot, and that need to learn this. They need to hear this, and they need to learn from this. Thank you once again. It's Sam and Ken, Daddy and Mommy. We really appreciate this time, and then we look forward again connecting with you again on this platform. And every other person will look forward connecting with you again on this platform. Remember, as Kenish said, share this, look forward to it on the Facebook page and then on YouTube. Share this content with someone who needs it. Keep sharing it. I'm sure you find someone who will thank you later for listening to this. Yeah. Thank you again. God bless. We look forward to having you another time.
We love you.
Bye.